The Bingham football program has been a dynasty, a chance to repeat as state champions and complete back-to-back undefeated seasons. East had won back-to-back 4A state championships and had an 11-game playoff win streak. They moved up to 6A for this moment, a chance to take down Bingham and prove that they are the best in the state. East would suffer a big loss on their first scoring drive. Star running back Charlie Vincent was injured when he crashed into a cameraman on the sideline. He would not return to the game. The Leopards would finish the drive with a score when Ben Ford dives into the end zone from 2 yards out. They were on the board first, 7-0 East. Bingham would respond on the ensuing kickoff. Braden Whistler gets loose, and when he was done, he had a 70-yard return. It set up Bingham's first score. The offensive line makes it easy for Whistler to put the Miners on the board. The defense for both teams tightened up after that. East gave up just 181 yards of total offense, had 4 sacks and 10 tackles for loss. Bingham was stout too, 2 sacks and 7 tackles for loss. Bingham tried to go deep against the East secondary. Jalen Vickers, the former Bingham Miner, has an interception. But on the next drive for Bingham, Ryan Wood makes up for the pick, connects with BYU commit Braden Cosper, and Cosper has a 31-yard gain that sets up another Whistler touchdown. With 58 seconds left in the first half, Bingham took a 14-7 lead. The Bingham defense forced 3 turnovers, none bigger than this. Malachi Fotu and Samote Pepa forced the fumble, and Lolani Longi will scoop and score. A 45-yard fumble return for a touchdown was the play of the game.
Man, all my teammates were there, crashing into the ball just falls out, and I just pick it up, because everyone just stops. I just pick it up and just go, if it's a dead ball, then so be it, but I just took the chance, and it was a touchdown.
Bingham kept that momentum going with another score in the fourth. Wood to Dax Milne inside the 10. And moments later, Wood scores to give Bingham a 27-7 lead. East tried to spark a rally in the fourth. Nick Harris comes in at quarterback and led a scoring drive. Josh Nielsen's in the right place at the right time. East cuts the lead to 13, but the Bingham defense knows how to close. And for the 7th time in 12 years, the Bingham Miners are celebrating a state championship, a perfect 13-0 season. They defeat East 27-14 to win the first 6A state championship.
We #1, baby! We #1!
All my brothers, they're all texting me, hitting me up come on, it's part of the legacy, just go add to the collection. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try my best and go do that.
This feeling never goes away, man. I remember coming into this game, I remember the feeling from last year, and that's what pushed me, bro. That's what pushed me.
Back-to-back state champions, how does that sound to you?
I'm speechless. It sounds, oh my goodness. That's how it sounds to me, baby. Woo.
Well, what a great feeling that is. Bingham is loaded with talent, so many great players. One of them is receiver Braden Cosper. He finished his career with 117 catches for 2,108 yards, 25 touchdowns, and most importantly, 2 state titles. I caught up with the BYU-bound receiver after the game.
Well, Braden, you've experienced this before. Does it get old?
Never gets old. It can never get old. I mean, if you look back at how hard that you work during the course of a whole season, it never gets old. This feeling doesn't.
What separates this team? What was the difference in allowing you guys to have this kind of a run?
I mean, just everyone buying into the program, really. Knowing what we need to do to win. And when that happens consistently every year, you have a program like we have.
How do you guys deal with the pressure, though? Because the target's always on your back.
Well, dealing with the pressure, I mean, we just think about all the people that came before us playing here, and they handled it, so we got to handle it. It's all about expectations here, and we got big expectations, and we have no choice but to live up to those.
What does it mean to add to the legacy that is Bingham football, this dynasty that's been established?
It feels awesome. I mean, just doing it with your brothers and for your coaches and all these people that you work so hard with and people that you love. It's awesome.
You got a lot of football ahead of you. Going to BYU. Tell me about that and how excited you are to be a Cougar.
I'm really excited. They have an awesome program up there. You know, down year, obviously. No doubt in my mind they're going to turn it around. Fantastic coaching staff. You know, I can't wait to get up there and do the thing that I love most.
What was it that set BYU apart from other schools for you?
For me, it was, you know, a lot of people will say this, but, you know, the coaching staff is fantastic. You know, it's all love up there, and they're really good, and they know what they're doing.
Braden, you're a back-to-back state champion. How does that sound?
Sounds crazy. You know, it's crazy to think that that it's actually happening. You know, it feels crazy, but it feels awesome.
Congratulations to Braden and the Miners. 7 titles in 12 years for Bingham. Let's look back at all 7. The first came in 2006, a team led by Starlo Tulele, who, of course, is now in the NFL, and Jordan Pendleton, played at BYU. They beat a very good ALTA team in a game that was a classic. The next came in 2009, a team loaded with Division I talent. Harvey Longy, Stephen Cantwell is the quarterback at Weber State. Toonie Canuch plays at BYU. Many more. I could list several. Cantwell scored 4 times in that game, a 35-24 win over the Davis Darts. The Miners would repeat in 2010. It was a 30-7 win over Nick Vigil and Fremont. Cantwell was back with another big game. Brady Meeson had 2 touchdown catches, and so many defensive stars on that 2010 team that went on to play college football. Bingham returned to the top in 2013, a 38-13 win over a very talented Brighton team. The defense was the star. Nick Henninger with 2.5 sacks in that game. You saw Sky Manu's pick 6 as Bingham celebrated once again. The Miners would repeat again in 2014. It was the 5th and final state championship for legendary Bingham head coach Dave Peck. They just crushed American Fork 20-3 in another dominant defensive performance. Then there was last year, the Miners' first title under head coach John Lamborn. A big touchdown catch by Braden Cosper was a highlight in that win. It was a 17-10 win over a very good Lone Peak Knights team.